The Mariners, who pick 14th overall Monday in the Major League Baseball draft, are eager to add to a farm system that has been dogged in past years. It doesn't have the 3-month-long build-up like the NFL. And there isn't the hyper-drama of the NBA. Of the three major sports, the Major League Baseball draft, which begins Monday and goes through Wednesday, is the least ballyhooed by average fans and media. Why? Well, most people haven't heard of 95% of the players selected. And the ones taken won't make an impact on their big league team for probably 2 years at the earliest. But Mariners manager Scott Servais, who spent years working in scouting and player development with the Rangers and Angels, summed up the meaning of the MLB draft for an organization and its future. It is absolutely the biggest day in the year for organizations, Servais said. The decisions you make and how you go about reaching those decisions, it really can change the course of your franchise going forward. The failures of the Mariners in past drafts, particularly in the first round, are a key reason why the franchise hasn't made the postseason since 2001. And a reason why the Mariners farm system is rated as the worst in baseball. The draft is the primary way of adding talent to an organization. I've spent a lot of time in draft rooms, Servais said. You have to balance and take your shots with the high school guys and balance it with the college players. The first 2 rounds of picks and the compensation picks will be held on Monday and televised on MLB Network and streamed on MLB.com. Seattle will have the 14th overall pick of the first round and choose again in the second round with the 54th overall pick. Rounds 3 to 10 will be held Tuesday with rounds 11 to 40 Wednesday. For the second straight draft, Scott Hunter, the Mariners' director of amateur scouting, will oversee Seattle's selection process. He's been at Safeco Field meeting with his scouting staff for weeks, going over reports and trying to put together a draft board. Last year I think we did an excellent job of being prepared and having Evan White fall into our lap, Hunter said. This year it's kind of the same situation with the draft not really separating itself up top. A lot of teams expected to make different kinds of deals and save some pool money. We're really just in a wait-and-see mode, trying to be prepared and having guys lined up to the best of our abilities and see where it falls our way. Because there isn't a consensus phenom like Bryce Harper, Manny Machado or Carlos Correa at the top, the early selections are hard to predict. You always have the sexy high school arms and different prep-type kids this year, Hunter said. The college ranks are a little thin this year in regards to the upper-level talent. You read in all the papers that all the first 5 or 6 picks are going to be college bats and a couple of college arms. After that, that's pretty much an even balance of dealer's choice of what you're going to take and what your organization values in terms of high school over college. But just depth-wise, nothing really strong except for maybe high school pitching. The Mariners will take the best player on their draft board, which is cliché, but they could spread around bonus pool money if needed. Right now there are probably 4 or 5 guys in the country that we would say, all right, it's a no-brainer, just take them and move on, he said. And then we are going to have a pocket of 5 or 6 players where we say, there's not a lot of separation with these guys, so maybe it's the best deal in regards to bonus pool. Maybe spreading it out and maybe getting an extra player or 2 to add to our depth. That philosophy could net a pretty good player that could contribute on a fast track. We're trying to prepare ourselves for everything, Hunter said. The depth of this draft is probably going to come on day 2. There are a lot of college pitchers and position players which really gets clumped in the 2 to 5 rounds. A good draft could elevate the Mariners farm system from being considered the worst in baseball. The rankings bother Hunter and serve as motivation. It drives me, he said. We are blessed with the job we have every day, but it is a competition and there's 29 other teams, and if our scouts don't have the drive to compete and beat the teams in our area, then we will be at the bottom of the barrel. It's something that we are instilling in our staff. It's something that I believe in. We know about it. We read the same things you guys do, and it's not something we want to accept or really tolerate.